Glad to meet you guys. Tell me when you guys started to evolve into music.
Into music, I started about 9 years ago when I heard Iron Maiden for the first time, and that's when I captured by music. And then afterwards, it was just pure learning. I just went on learning music, trying to understand new things, new instruments, different bands, different albums, and it just went on. And then eventually, I joined Darkcrypt. It's been great so far.
And you, Rishab?
I think I got my first guitar when I was in 7th grade, and then, of course, like me, Iron Maiden was the thing that got me into metal. And then since I've been playing ever since, and then trying a few bands, and then I finally found Darkcrypt, and then I think we have stuck together ever since. It's been a hell of a journey.
Okay, and you guys just started to listen to metal, or you guys started playing another kind of music?
Well, my dad actually introduced me to metal when I was, I don't know, 7 or 8, so it's been around, I guess.
And you, Mihir?
I don't know. I just heard Iron Maiden on the television once, and that's when I saw I saw the name. It was Iron Maiden. I went on the internet. I saw who were these people, Iron Maiden, and then I started listening to their music. I guess the first song that I heard was The Trooper, and that's when I knew like that was the thing I want to do. I want to play that guitar, the same thing.
And I think you guys got more brutal than The Trooper.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. But
like
even today, when we listen to Iron Maiden, we know where we started, and even when we listen to an old song by Iron Maiden, we have the goosebumps as if we are listening it for the first time.
Oh.
It's always an adventure. It never gets old.
What do you guys do besides playing in Darkcrypt?
I'm still in college right now, so I'm pretty much young right now. So I'm still in college.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, you're young. And you, Mihir?
I'm 22. I studied engineering and I studied French for a long time. And right now I'm studying Spanish.
Oh yes, we talked about that.
I don't work right now. I focus a lot on studying and learning new things in life. I don't feel like 22 is the age to work. You have to have a lot of knowledge. You have to hunt down the knowledge and grab it, and that's what I'm looking for, to learn as much as I can before I have to step in and work somewhere.
Okay, what you are studying, Rishab?
Actually, I'm doing my bachelor's of science and information technology.
Oh, that's interesting. You guys are young. Music, it's a good way to keeping you focused and in creating new things. As Mihir said, always try to learn more and more. And I hope if you guys someday gotta work, don't let the music, okay? So tell me, how's the metal scene is in there?
Metal scene over here is actually growing right now. I mean, there have been a lot of frequent gigs than before. A lot of new bands rising up, like from every other place. So metal over here is definitely growing.
Yeah, that's true, because you have to consider certain factors. Like metal has always been a niche in India. It's not perceived as a great career. It's not perceived as a great music. Not a lot of people listen to it. It's a very small percentage of people who really listen and appreciate the music. And frankly, it's very difficult to stay in a band and work all your life as a musician and make a living and pay for your rent, pay for your expenses by being just a musician. So a lot of people, they grow out of it and they get a job, they have a family, and they can't keep it up, they can't keep the lifestyle anymore. so they quit music. So that's also a factor why you don't have a lot of consistent bands. You have a lot of new bands which last for a few years, good music, but they last for a few years and then they just grow out of it.
Metal is like really underground kind of a music over here. Everything is ruled by the commercial music, the so-called Bollywood over here. So everything is pretty much underground. Most of the gigs that happen are DIY gigs. Different bands come in and get the opportunity to play in front of the crowd.
About Darkcrypt, why the band name and who are the members of the band?
The band consists of Mihir and me. We both are the guitars, and Amay on vocals and as well as bass, and our drummer Omkar.
Okay, and why Darkcrypt?
Well, actually, Darkcrypt was actually called Mod 13 before both of us joined in. Yeah, most of the people don't know that.
And how you guys can describe Darkcrypt music?
Darkcrypt music it's a mixture, it's an amalgam, it's an alloy of different genres, different kinds of music, different influences, and we mixed it together and we forced a kind of a new sound which is unique, which is different, but it also has a lot of old school vibe to it. So a new listener won't get lost directly, but he's gonna feel that there's something different, there's something exotic about the music, and it's not 100% old school, but you can feel that it's old school, but there's a lot of new stuff in there, new influences and influences from jazz, death metal, classical music, and everything.
Now that you guys are promoting Delirious Excursion, how has been the reaction of the fans and the media about it?
The support has been great. When we released the album, a lot of people have been buying our stuff, and not only buying our stuff but actually enjoying our music. It seems that they have encountered something different, like what they say. So I think the response is quite positive from their side.
Okay, also I saw a review that you guys were the best band of 2016. Darkcrypt was chosen as the best new band of the year. You know guys, there are many bands, tons of bands every week that just want a place and to be heard. So what did you feel when you read the news that you were chosen?
It was quite unbelievable because as you know, there are thousands of bands every year which release albums, which release a lot of albums, a lot of music through big labels, through underground labels, and out of the 6 billion people, we made an album, and it was considered one of the best of the year. So we were really proud of it. We never expected it. We never went into the studio thinking about making like the best-selling album. We just went in and we wrote what we wanted. We wanted our music to be original and unadulterated. It had to be purely what we enjoyed, and we were truly glad that everyone liked it.
Glad to see you in there also. I know it's very hard for new bands to get a place, and to get known. To be an underground metal band, I know that it's very, very hard working. And what obstacles have you faced as a band to excel?
First of all, the first obstacle was actually finding the members for the band. And then after that, creating the music. I mean, that wasn't an obstacle, but then again, we had to sit through a lot to get the right tune, the sound that Darkcrypt is now. We kind of faced problems with the band, and then of course the recording and everything. we had like a deadline, so we had to really put our backs into it and everything.
I guess the most important factors would be like we didn't have experience recording, so we didn't know how much time it would take. We had an estimated time, and we went in and we realized that it's harder done than said. So we really struggled the first few days of the recording, but overall we understood how it works, how we have to play and how we have to improve ourselves. Of course there were other factors like writing the music. Writing some really good music was what we wanted to achieve in the first place. Sometimes we felt that some of the songs that we had written were not up to the mark and not what we expected, so we scrapped them and we wrote them again from scratch.
Wow.
And apart from that, of course, there was financial pressure. We had a small budget. It wasn't a very big budget, and we wanted to get things done from big names. We sent it to Great Chandler in England to get it mixed, and then Dan Swono in Sweden to get it mastered. That cost us a lot of money, but they did a great job, so we also thanked them. That was difficult for us to manage the budget and the schedule, but in the end we figured out a balance and we did it. So it was an experience for us.
How do you guys felt when you were at the studio?
Yeah, well, nervous and also stressed because while recording, we didn't have all the 9 songs done, because while we were recording, we were also composing at the same time. So after recording, we used to head for the jam room, then jam. The next day, record the same thing again. So it was pretty stressful.
How much time do you spend on recording the album?
3 to 4 months.
Wow.
I guess, yeah, we spent about 3 months, but we recorded about 2 days every week, I guess.
Okay.
2 or 3 days every week. And we did a lot of retakes, a lot of rewriting, and sometimes we didn't have the songs ready, so we went back to the jam room, we wrote them, we practiced them, we came back, and then we thought again that this isn't up to the mark, so we went back again and wrote them and came back to the recording room, and we only made the final songs when we knew that it was up to the mark, it was good enough.
And how is working with Transcending Obscurity?
We can say that it's one of the best record labels that you can have on your side, and especially because it's an Indian record label and we knew the founder well, so he had approached us when we wanted to record an EP. That's how it all started, and then we started writing songs, and it went into an album, and he was very helpful. He was willing to make it into an album. He wanted a full album because fortunately he saw potential in us and he was quite supportive. It is definitely one of the best record labels you can have, especially because in India it's difficult to find record labels. Once you have a record label, basically the record label can do all the work, and you can just focus on writing the music and playing the music. You don't have to bang your head on the bureaucracy and printing the CDs, printing the t-shirts, or selling the merchandise or shipping them. It's all done in the background and you just have to do what you want.
And about touring, what do you guys will do soon?
Well, recently what the thing happened was like our drummer had to go to Netherlands for his masters.
Oh.
So yeah, so we didn't have a drummer for a couple of weeks or something. Then we recently found a drummer, and right now we are jamming with him.
Mm-hmm.
So once we are good enough for a gig, we'll definitely start playing gigs, because there are a couple of gigs lined up.
What will come next for Darkcrypt?
Well, we are always writing music. It's an ongoing process. It never stops. We love what we do, and we are definitely writing music right now, and we'll work over it, and when it's ready it's gonna come out definitely.
Yeah, because after the album was released, we actually right away started to write material for the next album. Like, so definitely a new album, but not so soon.
We will be expecting and waiting that album. Just to finish the interview, anything you want to add for your fans and the new metalheads that will listen to your band?
Practice your instrument until you know that you're good enough to play for a band, because it's really hard. It's not what it seems like.
It's quite difficult to get your music ready and get it on a CD, and then once you have the CD, it's your job to sell it. So it's not a fairy tale with rainbows everywhere. It's a lot of stress, a lot of hard work, but it's definitely enjoyable. And we want to thank everyone who have supported us up till now, and our families, our friends, and all those people who bought our material, who bought our CDs, T-shirts, and merchandise. It wouldn't have been possible without you all. So we also want to thank the record label, because that finally it was the record label who made it possible to have the album on a CD and have a work in a physical form.
You will be always welcome in here in the Junkyard Show, also in Metal Messiah Radio. And we'll be supporting you as much as we can so you guys can be heard around the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.